And, of course, those of you veteran racing fans, we welcome you back. For the new fans, we welcome you once again to the Mohawk International Raceway. And Bandits are on the speedway right now, I believe for the first of 2 qualifying heats. And, of course, remember opening night, if we did catch a driver's name the wrong way, we do apologize for that. And we will get that corrected as we go on through the night. 3 cars set to do battle here. 6 laps the distance. Ready to go green. 6 laps is the distance. We're underway. And of course, as we mentioned, a couple of drivers. Our leader right now, we don't have the driver name on that, but we will get it to you as soon as we can as he leads the way. Matthew Aubin in that 89 holds down second. The 28 of Corey Castell finished third in the point standings here last year in this Bandit division, sitting there back in the 3rd spot, but off turn number 4. Good battle for the lead.
Well, the 29 car will take you into turns 1 and 2. Quickly behind him, Matthew Aubin. Aubin now going to look for the inside track coming out of 2. Door is slammed there on the backstretch. As you see him go in front of the Aquasasne Mohawk Casino sign located on our backstretch. The 29 car leads into turns 3 and 4. Aubin trying to make the bottom side work here, Tim. That's the great thing about opening night. The cars look so pretty.
They look pretty now, and then they look pretty fast here in the early going. Matthew Aubin is doing all he can to get by our leader. And once again, we don't have a driver name on the number 29 yet, but when we get one, we will pass it along to you. Corey Castell completes your top 3. Halfway sign is out this time by, and off turn 4 they go. Still a good battle up front. Starting to break away, though, from the field is the 29.
Well, the 29 car opening up about a 3-card length now as Aubin's going to try the high side coming out of turn 2. 29 still your leader. Aubin now starting to close the gap on the backstretch. He looks to the inside. Aubin makes the pass going into turn number 3.
Not exactly sure what happened to the 29 as he slows going into turns 3 and 4. Now he picks it back up. 2 more laps to go for Matthew Aubin, looking to put that car in the win column here early on. The 29 moving very slowly now into turns 1 and 2. Could be some major mechanical issues here early. Corey Castell holds down 3rd into turns 3 and 4. Matthew Aubin is all by himself looking for the first checkered flag of the 2012 season. White flag is in the air. 5 laps in the books.
Aubin all by himself up front. The 29 car in second. Castell rounds out the field. Aubin now takes it out of turn 2 onto the backstretch. He'll set it on the high side as he'll head into turns 3 and 4. Going to look to keep it fast and smooth as he'll be looking to collect his first checkered flag of the 2012 racing season at Mohawk. Mr. Matthew Aubin, congratulations. You are heat race winner number 1 in the Bandits this evening.
Field working into turns 3 and 4. Ernie Cree back there in the 3rd spot. Came up 1 point short of winning the track championship here last season. Green flag is out, and Ernie Cree, your good buddy Brian, jumps out to the early lead.
Ernie Cree now setting the pace for the field now. Coming it behind him, it was the number... Can't quite see. The sun is in my eyes. I've never looked so bright, Mr. Tim Baltz, as Ernie Cree will take it out of turn 4 to lead lap number 1. That is the 28 J car. Looking for a name on that one. And Derek Colbert comes out of the number 4 spot, looking to the inside. Coming out of 2, can Colbert make the pass on the backstretch? Ernie Cree, your race leader now, as we've got 1 lap in the books. Ernie Cree, the 28 J car. Colbert rounds out your top 3.
Okay, cool. And Ernie Cree showing you why he was one of the dominating forces here. Him and Owen White went at it for the track championship last season. And Ernie Cree, of course, as we mentioned, came up 1 spot short or 1 point short of winning that track championship. He did, of course, claim the track title over at the Cornwall Motor Speedway with 5 wins. And he's looking for a checkered flag here. Halfway sign is out.
And a little puff of smoke starting to show on the 79 car of Derek Colbert as Ernie Cree leads your field to the halfway point, as Cree now on the backstretch settling in with a nice 20-car length lead here, I would say, Mr. Tim Baltz, as he sets it on the high side coming out of turn 4, and he will lead lap number 4.
2 more laps to go, and Cree sets the pace down the front stretch. 28J holding on to 2nd, Colbert into 3rd. The 17 holding down spot number 4, and the number 12 holding down 5th. White flag will be displayed this time by is Cody Supernall back on top of the flag stand for 2012, assisting Austin Swamp. And I'll tell you what, Ernie Cree hasn't missing a beat here from 2011, has he?
Well, Ernie Cree set the pace for the field last year, always a strong runner wherever he goes, and that is certainly the case here this evening as he comes out of turn 3 into 4, looking to win the heat race number 2 of the 2012 season here in the bandit class. He'll do so. The 28J car in the number 2 spot. Colbert trying to hang on for the number 3 spot. He'll do so as he's followed by the Neon 17, followed by the 12, and the number 2 car. We'll get names for these drivers in a very short amount of time, folks, so we do apologize, but congratulations to Ernie Cree, heat race winner number 2.
Supporting a green agenda, Wiley Trash Removal has been serving the community for over 40 years. Wiley Trash Removal also recycles cardboard and paper. Call 315-764-0038.
So, making their way out onto the field this evening, it will be the 358 Modifieds in store for them tonight. A 40-lap main event, $2,000 to win. Chris Raby coming off a big win just a short time ago, Mr. Tim Bolts, at Can-Am Speedway.
Yes, he did. He picked up his 100th career win in the season opener at Can-Am last Saturday night, and he'll look for career end number 101 and also defend that coveted track championship here at MIR. Todd Stone will roll away from the point, and Raby alongside in row 1. Row 2 is the Laser, Laurent Ladisser in the 23, Delbert Legros in the 71, 16 of Gage Moran, along with the 38 of Luke Whitaker, and the 66X former track champion here, Gary Terrance. I'll tell you what, we looked through the pit area today, Brian, and I know you noticed this too. A stellar field of 358 Modifieds. Pretty much thinking that if you win 2 races this season, you've had one heck of a year in the Modified division.
Well, and that's the great thing. You and I talked about a lot of new faces here. You come to a new track as a driver. You say, hey, geez, I heard a lot of good things about Mohawk. Let's give it a try. They show up here this evening, a little bit of success. You know what? Let's go back next week and see how we make out.
Yeah, absolutely. And, of course, we mentioned Raby running at Can-Am and on Saturday nights. Todd Stone actually did a little bit of running down at Albany, Saratoga, where they're running big blocks and small blocks, and he had a very good run up there in the opener, finishing in the number 5 spot with that 358 car. Not too bad when you're running against guys like Brett Hearn and Kenny Tremont, but right now we got Chris Raby alongside of him, green flag in the air, and we are underway. 10 laps the scheduled distance, and we're 3 wide going down the back straightaway. Gage Moran, Delbert Legros, and Luke Whitaker. Legros wisely backs out, but it's Todd Stone, your early leader, off of corner number 4.
Todd Stone, he'll be around to collect lap number 1. Ladisser sits in the 3 spot. The young shoe. The number 16, Gage Moran, sets up on the inside. Laurent Ladisser slams the door on the backstretch. Todd Stone, your early race leader. Last year, he had 1 feature event winner and continued another strong campaign, followed by Chris Raby, Laurent Ladisser, Gage Moran, and the 38 of Luke Whitaker round out your top 4, rounding up now into the 5th position. I do believe Mr. Tim Bolts, that is the 24 of Brandon Sweet, if I can see. No, that is actually, Tim, help me out here.
That is Kerry Terrance going by Moran for the number 5 spot up front. We got a good battle for the top spot, though, as a pair of ones go at it. Todd Stone, the 1X, the 0-1 of Chris Raby, holding down that 2nd spot. Laurent Ladisser is 3rd. Luke Whitaker holding down 4th right now. And Whitaker, a little bit of smoke started to show out of the back of that car, though, as it comes into turn number 4. And Kerry Terrance holding down 5th. Real surprised to see Kerry Terrance this deep in the field, this early on in the heat race, as he works in that 5th spot. Gage Moran and Delbert Legros round out your field. Halfway sign is out. Todd Stone putting on a clinic early in the going.
And a little bit of smoke coming out of the Todd Stone's machine, the X1. As coming up behind him now is the 0-1 of Chris Raby. Laurent Ladisser looking to close the distance, gain a little real estate on the backstretch. Can he do so? He'll come into turns 3, looking to gain on the young Chris Raby, who's got his 100th career victory just a few short weeks ago. Kerry Terrance, Luke Whitaker round out your top 4, followed by Gage Moran, who runs in the number 5 position.
Down the backstretch they go. 7 laps will be completed this time by, and that smoke is starting to get a little more whiter out of that number 1X, and he slows coming off of corner number 4. Not exactly sure what happened. We hope it's nothing that will ruin his evening as he slows to the outside of turns 1 and 2, and a tough break for Todd Stone in that G-Stone Motors #1 X machine, and he slows to almost a stop on the backstretch, and he's going to try to limp it home pit side, but a tough break for him. Meanwhile, Rabi will pick up the lead with 2 to go.
Chris Rabi looking to continue his success here in 2012 at the Mohawk International Raceway. He's on the backstretch now. He'll take you into turns 3 and 4, followed by the Laser Latisseur, followed by Kerry Torrance, correction on that, Luke Whitaker, Kerry Torrance, Gage Moran rounding out your top 4 and bringing up the wheel to the field. And the number 71 of Delbert LeGros, White Hanky on the field.
Last time around Mohawk International Raceway, Chris Rabi dives down into turns 3 and 4. Veteran Laurent Latisseur trying the outside, nothing doing. Checkered flag is out. Rabi gets the win. Latisseur, Torrance, Whitaker, Gage Moran, your top 5, and Delbert LeGros will complete the field in the number 6 spot. And I'll tell you what, Todd Stone looked like he had everything going his way right there, but it all went away on him in turn number 1.
Hey kids, do you know where Cubby and T-Bear live?
Bears Den!
If you said Bears Den, you're right. Bears Den is the home of Cubby's Birthday Club, a special club for just kids. Bears Den has a Cubby's menu just for you with yummy meals and awesome desserts. And for your birthday, you get a special treat from Cubby. Joining Cubby's Club, you'll get invited to Cubby's parades, events, and contests all over town. Cubby's Birthday Club at Bears Den Restaurant in Hogansburg, New York, the home of Cubby and T-Bear.
Danny O'Brien will lead him to the green here in the number 1 spot. The M96 of Brian Slim McDonald will occupy that outside of row number 1. Row number 2, we've got the 4J, driven by Shane Pecor this year, and Shane had a good debut with the Warrior Racing Team in his 358 modified debut in 2012, as he finished 3rd at Can-Am last week.
And the JR7, I'm going to say, is Mike Arquette. He ran in the, I want to say, Pro Stock division a few years ago, if you remember him, Tim. He had a JR7, so I'm going to take a guess here. Harvey Arquette. Thank you very much. Mike Arquette runs the 2EZ. Sorry about that. So I'm going to venture a guess on that one. Bet you Tim Hortons Coffee.
Absolutely.
That's Harvey Arquette.
Sounds good. And rounding out your field will be Timmy O'Brien in the number 88, Perry Francis in the 55. 6 cars set to do battle, 10 laps. The scheduled distance once again. Modifieds looking to go green. We're back underway. Green flag is in the air. Side-by-side battle going into turns 1 and 2, and Danny O'Brien picks up the lead. Here comes Slim on the top side part of the speedway. No such luck out there right now. Younger brother Timmy O'Brien settling back there in the 3rd spot. It's Pecor and Perry Francis, your top 5 right now. But Danny O'Brien, who's won many of features here, including one last year on the final lap, leads him going into 1.
Big brother now leads little brother coming out of 2. Brian Slim McDonald slips up on the turn number 2. That opens the door for the 55 of Perry Francis. Danny O'Brien, your race leader now, as he takes you out of turn 4, followed by Timmy O'Brien, Perry Francis, Brian Slim McDonald, and the 4J of Shane Pecor.
Down the backstretch they go, and Danny O'Brien, if you recall his feature win here last season, it was on the final corner in the final 50 feet when he got the lead on the last lap over Kerry Torrance, and also last year he did it to his own little brother at Brockville, so he is a master of getting the job done right when he needs it done the most, and he leads the field going down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4. Timmy O'Brien, who had some good runs early on this year at the Brewerton Speedway against the big block, settles back into 2nd. Perry Francis completes the top 3.
So Danny O'Brien cannot open that lead too much more, or Mrs. O'Brien will have words with him when he gets home. His younger brother Timmy O'Brien rides in 2nd on the backstretch, followed by Perry Francis. He's got Brian Slim McDonald right behind him, rounding out your top 5. Shane Pecor. Danny O'Brien around on lap number 5. He is still your race leader halfway home.
5 in, 5 more to go. Danny O'Brien looks pretty calm out there in that number 1 spot, leading little brother Tim by about 5 car lengths. Into turns 3 and 4 they go. Perry Francis, who picked up 2 wins last season, and Brian McDonald back with the LaSalle Motorsports 96 machine, and Shane Pecor having a good run in the number 5 spot in the Warrior Racing number 4J.
So Timmy O'Brien seems to have a push as he enters turn number 2, which allows big brother Danny to kind of get away from him. But now, Timmy O'Brien starting to close that gap with 3 laps remaining. Danny O'Brien, your race leader. In 2nd, it is Timmy O'Brien, followed by Perry Francis. Brian McDonald and Shane Pecor on the backstretch. Danny O'Brien sets it up for turns number 3. Going a little high this time, going to center a little lower coming out of 4. Danny O'Brien starting to close the gap, Tim.
And he's changed his line just a little bit. He's kind of diamonding the racetrack here. And Danny gets a little bit tight going through turns 1 and 2. There is a little bit of a bump starting to develop over there, kind of throwing the cars off a little bit. But that has closed up the battle for the lead, though. Coming off of turn number 4, Danny leads Tim by about a car length. White flag in the air from Austin Swamp on top of the flag stand here, Brian. It's anybody's race right down to the end.
Well, the family that races together stays together on the backstretch. It is Danny O'Brien. He'll take you into turn number 3. He's got one left turn left. Can he close the gap? Can he keep the gap closed on younger brother Tim? He'll do so. Danny O'Brien, heat race winner, number 1 of the 2012 358 races here at the Mohawk International Raceway, followed by Timmy O'Brien, Perry Francis, Brian McDonald, and Shane Pecor. Rounds out your top 5, and Harvey Arquette coming around to collect the checkered flag. So fantastic racing action, Mr. Tim Baltz, in the first heat race for the 358s. Correction, second one. Okay, I'm still kind of new.
It's opening day. You're allowed.
Math was not a strong subject for me.
Me neither.
There's always something going on at St. Lawrence Center. What brings you to St. Lawrence Center? I love all the products and entertainment too. What brings you to St. Lawrence Center? Their prices are affordable. It's my favorite place to go to have fun. There's always something going on at St. Lawrence Center.
Twin Leaf Fresh Express is the smart choice for feel-good, fresh food that's ready when you are. The first convenient stop in Hogansburg when driving from Messina. A food court with free Wi-Fi and plenty of room to lounge with family and friends or eat on the run. Menu items with only the freshest ingredients. Wings, pizza, salads, and sandwiches with lunch specials posted daily on Facebook. And don't forget dessert. Over 20 flavors of ice cream, shakes, slushies, and frozen yogurt. Twin Leaf Fresh Express, the smart choice for feel-good, fresh food that's ready when you are.
And Tommy Jock Jr. will roll away from the point. On the outside will be track champion from 2009 here at MIR. That is Roy Tarbell. Inside row number 2, the 29 of Tom Conklin, who is a runner-up to Dylan Evoy in the sportsman point standings here last year, jumping up into the 358s this season, running full-time here at MIR. And, of course, moving along to the outside of that second row is the 74 of Matt Billings. Matt's been running at least the first 2 races of the year at the Merrittville Speedway, and he said it was just a struggle trying to stay on the lead lap down there, but he said he gained valuable information for the upcoming series race that will be held later on this year at the Merrittville Speedway. I'd like to welcome back longtime campaigner, the 57C of Kevin Federley. He rolls away on the inside of row number 3. Outside, that will be Casey Swamp in the 44. Green flag is set to roll out here. And Tarbell, the veteran, gets the jump on Tommy Jock, but he gets the lead back. They'll swap it a couple more times at turns 1 and 2. Tarbell back to the inside. Jock on the high side. They're going to battle side by side into turns 3 and 4. Tommy Jock on the top side. Roy Tarbell down low. Drag race to the stripe, and Tarbell leads lap number 1.
Roy Tarbell, Tommy Jock Jr., 2 veteran campaigners here at Mohawk. Looking to make things interesting is the 74 of Matt Billings on the backstretch. The 007, the Rockin' One, Roy Tarbell is your early race leader. He'll come around to chip to take lap number 2. Tommy Jock gets to the high side, opens the door for Matt Billings.
And Billings quickly taking away the number 2 spot, and TJ might have a problem. At least he slipped over the cushion just a little bit in turn number 1. Gets back in front of Casey Swamp, allowing Tommy Conklin to go by, and Kevin Federley has gone pit side with the 57C. Up in front, though, Roy Tarbell doing his thing up in the lead. And Casey Swamp about lost the handle down here in the front stretch. Straightens it back up, though, as he'll still carry on in the number 5 spot. But Matt Billings starting to close the gap on Roy Tarbell.
Roy Tarbell, veteran campaigner here at the Frogtown and now Mohawk International Raceway. He's got to deal with Matt Billings, who seems to have a push between turns 1 and 2, followed up by the 29 of Tom Conklin, who finished 4th his very first time in a 358 modified race a couple weeks ago at the Can-Am Speedway. Roy Tarbell, your race leader on lap number 5.
And Tarbell keeping that 4-car length gap between himself and Matt Billings. Then it's Tommy Conklin doing a great job holding on to 3rd. The battle for 4th goes on with Tommy Jock Jr. Jr. and Casey Swamp as they battle it out for that spot on the backstretch. Roy Tarbell and Matt Billings have pulled away from third place Tom Conklin.
So the race to watch is the 31 and 44 of Casey Swamp and Tommy Jock Jr. Casey Swamp now looks to the inside, going to drift to the little high side. Tommy Jock slams the door. Here comes Casey Swamp on it too. He's got the inside track. He overtakes Tommy Jock as Tommy Jock seems to be having some issues. Is going to take it pit side. Now your race leader continues to be the 007 of Roy Tarbell. Matt Billings looking to gain real estate as they head into turns 3 and 4.
And Billings starting to close in just a little bit. That bottom side might be a good spot right now with 2 laps to go. Roy Tarbell shifts to the high side going through turns 1 and 2, and he'll cut it down to the bottom in turn number 2. And Billings right there in his tire tracks as they go down into turns 3 and 4. Billings right there with him one more time off of corner number 4. It's Roy Tarbell, your leader, followed by Billings. He is close with the white flag in the air.
White flag on the field, 1 more lap to go. Roy Tarbell, can he hang on? Can Matt Billings gain some precious clay here on him as they head into turns 3 and 4? Tarbell on the high side, Billings on the bottom. Tarbell around turn 4 now. Here is your race winner for heat race number 3, Roy Tarbell, followed by Matt Billings, Tom Conklin, Casey Swamp. As now, well, that will bring us to the first sportsman event of the evening, I do believe, Mr. Tim Baltz. Here as the cars are starting to make their way out onto the field. Actually, no. This is going to be, this will be Sportsman, Tim?
Yep, Sportsman's set to come out here next for their qualifying heats. And, of course, Roy Tarbell picking up the win.
Hey kids, do you know where Cubby and T-Bear live?
Bears Den!
If you said Bears Den, you're right. Bears Den is the home of Cubby's Birthday Club, a special club for just kids. Bears Den has a Cubby's menu just for you with yummy meals and awesome desserts. And for your birthday, you get a special treat from Cubby. Joining Cubby's Club, you'll get invited to Cubby's parades, events, and contests all over town. Cubby's Birthday Club at Bears Den Restaurant in Hogansburg, New York, the home of Cubby and T-Bear.
Zach, great guy out of campaigns out of the Can-Am Speedway. On the outside of him be Ryan Helm, followed up by the 115, the little hammer of Stefan LaFrance, followed up by the 24, Brandon Sweet. On the third row, it'll be the 77X of Dale the Natural Plank. On the outside of him, it will be, can't quite make out that number, just
Billy Dunn.
Billy Dunn. And on the back row on the inside, it is David Papineau along with Kyle Jacobs. Kyle Jacobs now teaming up his efforts with Casey Swamp this season. So a lot of good things coming out of the Casey Swamp campaign. As now we've got a full roster of the drivers. Very much appreciative to our staff here. Crack staff, Tim, as you put them. So this, I would imagine, heat number 4, the last for the 358s.
And, of course, Zach Albertine, a regular runner at Can-Am last season, and making his return to MIR. Ryan Helm, regular runner with us here last year. Stefan LaFrance in the 115, making a big-time run at 3 track championships and also the Dirt Car 358 Modified Series as well. He's going to be doing a lot of racing in 2012. Brandon Sweet in the 24. Dale Plank, the natural out there in the 77. He'll roll away from 5th, as Brian mentioned. And Billy Dunn, who's having a great season up there at Canandaigua on Saturday nights against guys like Danny and Alan Johnson, Matt Shepard, and a host of others up there. Came away with a feature win just 2 weeks ago. And he says he's ready to go, and we'll be back in action tomorrow night at the Canandaigua Speedway. David Papineau, regular runner in the Pro Stocks last year. Kyle Jacobs back with us once again in that familiar number 37 machine. Will be underway. Green flag is in the air, and Helm pounds the wall here on the front straightaway. Him and Brandon Sweet got together, and Helm right on the initial start was not going anywhere. He kind of slowed up a little bit, kind of got everybody boxed together, and ran right over the left front of Brandon Sweet, and he may have a tire going down on that 24 because that left front looks a little wobbly to me from where we're sitting, but he's moving back up towards the front, so there's obviously no issues there with the 24. And Helm hit that wall a ton here down the front straightaway, and just hopefully that he's okay. And don't forget to check out Sticks Restaurant in the Akwesasne Mohawk Casino right after the races tonight. Head on over there. I've eaten there. Boy, I'll tell you what a good spread they put on there. And Brian,
Tommy Watwingy.
Yeah, exactly. So go on over there and check that out. And we're still trying to get Ryan Helm's car peeled away from the front stretch wall here. And he took a good lick on that front straightaway wall. Well, hopefully that Ryan is okay. It looks like they're going to bring a second wrecker in here to cradle the car, as he not only hit hard with the front, but he also hit hard with the rear end of that car. So some heavy damage already. Not obviously the way anybody wants to start their season off, but as we mentioned, he could have had problems before the initial green flag because that car just did not want to go. Everybody else behind him did. And there you see Ryan out there walking away with his helmet in hand. And very happy that he is okay and walking away under his own power down there. Of course, no laps were completed during that time.
I think we deserve the first hats off of the 2012 campaign to the tow track crew. Great job cradling Ryan Helm's machine back to the pit area. Don't want to see any more damage happen to him on opening night, so kudos to them. Great job. Hats off to the flying track crew here at the Mohawk International Raceway. Tim, and it looks like we're ready to go.
Well, let's see what happens on this restart once again, as we'll get 7 cars bunched up together. Aubertine and LaFrance will lead him down to the green off of corner number 4. Green flag is back out. Aubertine gets the jump going into turns 1 and 2. LaFrance right there in plank. Well, I tell you what, he had that left front flying in the breeze and trying to run down your top 2 as LaFrance works to the top side. Aubertine down low. Drag race down the front straightaway. Aubertine will lead lap number 1, but here comes a natural up for second.
Zach Aubertine leads the field now on lap 1. He's got to contend with a natural along with the little hammer. Zach Aubertine got his hands full here, but Zach Aubertine equaling to the task here so far. He'll go into turns 3 and 4. He'll hug the bottom. He's got behind him Dale Plank along with Stefan LaFrance, Brendan Sweet, and Billy Dunn.
And Dunn right there in the number 5 spot. Then it's Kyle Jacobs, David Papineau at each other for 6th and 7th. Down the back stretch into turns 3 and 4. Natural up on the top side. Here comes Aubertine down low. And Plank trying to make that outside groove work if he possibly could through corners 3 and 4. He's going to try it again through turns 1 and 2, Brian. He may have him coming down the back stretch.
Aubertine slips up just a little bit. That opens the door for the natural. Dale Plank, he'll go to the high side. Aubertine, a long-time campaigner, usually running the big blocks, ran all over Rolling Wheels, Weedsport, wherever. As now he opens the door. Once again, here comes Stefan LaFrance. He goes to the high side. Come on out of 2. Aubertine says, I don't think so, as he takes him down to the back stretch. Dale Plank still your race leader.
And Aubertine and LaFrance having it out for 2nd and 3rd. Seems like that top side is good for about midway through turn number 4, and then it kind of falls off when you hit the front stretch, but LaFrance trying to make it work one more time as Dale Plank is taken off from Aubertine and LaFrance as they're going to go wheel to wheel into turn number 3. LaFrance on the top side, Aubertine down low, not wanting to give up the bottom. He'll hold off LaFrance for the time being for 2nd.
Very clean racing going on for the number 2 spot between Zach Aubertine out of Chaumont, New York, along with Stefan LaFrance. LaFrance on the high side. Aubertine power to the clay as he takes you into turns 3 and 4. Plank still your race leader now. He's got the 1 lap to go sign here for the 358 Modifieds, our final heat race of the evening for the Dirt Modifieds. LaFrance now, he takes over the number 2 spot, followed by Zach Aubertine along with Brandon Sweet and the 49 machine of Billy Dunn.
2 more laps left to go, and Dale Plank setting sail and driving away. Now Stefan LaFrance has cleared the 03 of Aubertine for that 2nd spot. Aubertine holds down 3rd. A couple of Watertown natives going at it for 4th and 5th as Brandon Sweet, Billy Dunn at each other down the back straightaway. Kyle Jacobs and David Papineau complete the rest of the field. White flag is in the air, and Dale Plank doing what he does best, leading laps and running away from the field.
Okay, first night of the box. I'm falling asleep already, not because I'm bored, but because it's a great race. Dale Plank takes the heat race this evening of number 4, followed by Stefan LaFrance, Zach Aubertine, Billy Dunn, Brandon Sweet, rounding out your field. In 4th position, it will be the 37 of Kyle Jacobs, followed up by the 188 of David Papineau. So a very strong 358 modified field here tonight. Tim, 40 laps to go for their feature event, and running down the schedule of events after the modified, we got the Sportsman Pro Stocks Mod Lights. We'll have a B main if necessary for the mods and sportsmen, and most likely, Tim, I think we might see a couple of B mains here this evening. Follow that, a very brief intermission. Modified Sportsman Pro Stocks Mod Lights Bandits features to round out this evening's festivities.
Meet Peggy. She's a loyal player at Akwesasne Mohawk Casino and is bringing her brother Mark, who's new to Mohawk Casino, on Tuesday. Mark gets $15 for being a new Winners Club member, and Peggy gets $15 for bringing Mark. It's that easy. So if Peggy brings a member of her class of 64 each time she visits, then that's, well, you get the point. Visit Akwesasne Mohawk Casino this month and bring a friend.
One breaker bet offer per person per day. Bet with your head, not over it. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-846-7369.
For the Sportsman cars, set to do battle, our defending track champion Dylan Evoy will roll away from the pole. Outside will be the number 1. It is one of the Gel Bears. We're not sure if it's either Dan or Tammy, but we'll get that cleared up.
We do have a last name, though.
Absolutely. And I believe that is Dan Jalbert out there in the number 1 machine. Tammy Jalbert back with us once again in the 95. She rolls off from the inside of that second row. Outside it will be the 11X of Dylan Sallows, the 47S of Corey Wheeler. Tommy Jock the third out there in the 53, and proud mother Kimmy up here watching in the booth. Her heart rate is going a mile a minute up here watching her son do battle with these Sportsman drivers. Green flag is out. We're underway, and Dylan Evoy waiting for nobody as he tries to hold off Dan Jalbert for the number 1 spot. He's got about 2 car links on him already as they go into turns 3 and 4, and Evoy leads the field in lap number 1.
So lap number 1 leader is Dylan Evoy. Evoy now coming out of 2. He's followed up by Jalbert, along with Dylan Sallows in the 95 of Tammy Jalbert and the 47 of Corey Wheeler, the Giant Tiger sponsor. It's been his longtime sponsor. And rounding out the field is Tommy Jock the third. Dylan Evoy setting the early pace here, Tim. Business as usual.
Absolutely. Of course, Dylan won 14 feature races last season on the dirt car circuit. He won 9 of those here, 4 of them over at the Brockville Speedway, and of course he won 1 at Can-Am last year. He also picked up the win 2 weeks ago at Can-Am, and would like to add another MIR feature win to his credit. Of course, he has 10 Sportsman feature wins here over the last 2 seasons, and Dan Jalbert also has a Sportsman win here back some time ago. Right there in spot number 2, Dylan Sallows, a brand new ride for him up there to the number 3 spot. Tammy Jalbert and Corey Wheeler back there 4th and 5th.
So Dylan leading the convoy. Evoy is your race leader. He'll take it out of turn 2 down to the backstretch, followed up by the number 1 of Dan Jalbert. Dylan Sallows now onto the inside. Corey Wheeler makes the pass going to 3 over Tammy Jalbert. We've got 4 laps in. We've got a yellow on the field. Tommy Jock the third off on between turns 1 and 2, I do believe.
You just kind of lost the handle over there in turns 1 and 2. Of course, a third-generation driver out there.
Pretty good racing family to come from.
I tell you what, hard-charging racing family, and they've been around the sport for a number of years. And
see, it's good to have a family that's noted for something.
Yep.
I mean, it's a racing family. I'm not saying my ancestors were dumb, but during the Civil War, they fought for the West.
Well, I tell you what. Racing families have a rich heritage here. Of course, the Jock family has been around for many, many years. The LaFrance family, the Dwarons, the Lattisers, the names go on and on. Now we're getting into the Evoys and even the Jalberts too as well. So some great racing families. I don't want to start naming them because I know I'll probably forget a few along the way.
And don't be surprised if not too much longer. Mike Arkwit, one of his fine young lads, may be joining us in one of the ranks, potentially Sportsman. You can hear all about that next week on Pit Side with Pedro on 97.3 CKON. As every week I'll be providing racing updates to you about 7 p.m. And so now we're going to go back to green here. One final lap under yellow. Halfway through heat race number 1 for the Sportsman. Dylan Evoy, your race leader. Followed up by Dan Jalbert, the 11 of Dylan Sallows. Corey Wheeler and Tammy Jalbert rounds out your field. Tommy Jock the third taking pit side. And seems no worse for the wear. So it'll be Evoy ready to take the green here on lap number 5.
Absolutely. Green flag is back out again, and Dylan Evoy back out in front of the field. Of course, last year As we mentioned, Dylan Evoy won the track championship with just 2 races remaining on the schedule in a dominant fashion. But of course, he lost the track title at Brockville on the last lap, the last corner of the last race of the season at Brockville, unfortunately. But it went to one of his good buddies and Chris Herbison. 2 laps to go for Evoy.
So Evoy, now he's got 4 turns of wheel left. He takes it onto the backstretch, followed up by Jalbert. Going to the high side, it is Sallows. Something must have broke loose on his machine as he split away on turn number 2. He comes to a stop on the backstretch. That'll bring up the yellow flag here this evening.
And Tommy Jalbert has a flat on the left rear as that car is mighty loose here going down the front straightaway. You can just tell by the way the car's handling down there for it.
Or not handling.
Absolutely, and not handling or handling at all. I'm not sure what happened to Dylan Sallows. He went straight off of turn number 2, so he is back out on the edge of the backstretch there, and
most likely something broke loose on the steering, I would venture a guess, Tim. That's why probably he launched it over into turn 2. But that shows his experience right there. He came to a safe stop. No damage done to the car. He'll get a push pit side, be back out for the future event.
Absolutely, and safety workers over there right now conversing with Dylan and checking over if any potential damage on that car. Weeks go on. Green flag is back out, and the attrition rate has gone up in this one as we're down to just 3 now with Dylan Evoy, Dan Jalbert, and Corey Wheeler. Remember, Corey Wheeler last year won his first ever Pro Stock Dirt Series event right here at MIR in fine fashion, dominating the race. But up in front, Dylan Evoy will lead him down to the checkered flag, and he'll grab the win. So the defending track champion is back in fine form once again.
Well, you say battle attrition, but I found the silver lining, guaranteed top 3 finish there for any of those drivers. So it'll be Dylan Evoy, Mr. Business as usual. A great campaigner out of Brockville. He just continues to get better and better as the seasons go on.
Hey kids, do you know where Cubby and T-Bear live?
Bears Den!
If you said Bears Den, you're right. Bears Den is the home of Cubby's Birthday Club, a special club for just kids. Bears Den has a Cubby's menu just for you with yummy meals and awesome desserts. And for your birthday, you get a special treat from Cubby. Joining Cubby's Club, you'll get invited to Cubby's parades, events, and contests all over town. Cubby's Birthday Club at Bears Den Restaurant in Hogansburg, New York, the home of Cubby and T-Bear.
Heat number 2 is set to do battle. Louis Jackson Jr. on the 18, Ryan Mullen on the 5, along in row number 2. We got Brandon Hagan in the number 12, won 2 features here with us last year. And Nolan Swamp moving up the ranks into the sportsman class. He is back in his familiar number 1X machine, a good-looking car out there, familiar green car. Jessica Power in the 52 won her first career feature at the Brockville Ontario Speedway earlier last season, and the 23, we'll get a driver name on that very, very shortly too. 8 laps once again, Brian, as they work off the corner of number 4.
So it is Action Jackson Jr. now with the early race lead as he'll take you into turns 1 and 2, followed up on the inside by Wyatt Mullen. Jackson now slips to the high side, door wide open now as coming into turns 3 and 4. It'll be Mullen, followed up by the number 12 machine of Brandon Hagan. Hagan actually has a 1 win under his belt already this season at the Can-Am Speedway. Continuing to lead is Wyatt Mullen now. Here comes Brandon Hagan. He's looking to continue his success here. He'll go to the high side as he takes you into turns 3 and 4.
And we got a good battle for the lead. Also, we got a good battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th as Nolan Swamp, Louis Jackson Jr., and Jessica Powell having at it here. Meanwhile, back up in front, Hagan doing all he can to get by Ryan Mullen for the lead. Could not get the job done, though, as they work the back straightaway. It's Wyatt Mullen, Brandon Hagan, 1 and 2. Good battle for 3rd. Nolan Swamp, a rookie in the sportsman division, not afraid to go to the outside part of the speedway, but it's Ryan Mullen still holding down the lead.
Well, coming out of 4 there, Nolan Swamp looked to go to the high side. Louis Jackson Jr. slammed that door using his experience, but now he slips up. We got a car spinning into turn number 2. I believe that is Jessica Power who wipes out.
Everything is clear over there, and Jessica's car has no damage other than a brand new body. Has a nice mudslide on the side of it.
Time for that pit crew to get up the scrapers.
Absolutely.
Earn your keep for the night.
Her father, Chris, and Sean will be working feverishly to get that car cleaned up, and of course, working feverishly to get it to the front of the field. But at the front of the field right now, Brandon Hagan and Ryan Mullen will share the front row. Spots 1 and 2 off of corner number 4. Hagan sees the green flag. He gets the jump as they go down into turn number 1. Ryan Mullen's sliding back over the number 2 spot. It's Nolan Swamp she rides in fifth. Louis Jackson Jr. sitting back on the throat spot, but Brandon Hagan has not missed one beat at all from now as he leads the way going into turn one.
Yes, he certainly has not skipped a beat, but I'll tell you the one that has impressed me tonight, the one Axel Nolan Swamp, first time ever in a Sportsman. He's running third here, very strong runner in the Bandit division last year, as now we've got 2 laps to go as Brandon Hagan continues to race lead. Nolan Swamp making a move on the high side, looking for that number 2 position.
I tell you what, he is not afraid. He was not afraid in that Bandit car, and he is definitely not afraid of the Sportsman ride as they go down the back straightaway. Brandon Hagan is walking away with this one. He heads off in the corner number 4 and down the front stretch with a huge lead on the field. But the battle is for its second, and Ryan Mullen has it for the time being.
Well, looks like Nolan Swamp has figured out the number 1 key to racing. Fast is smooth and smooth is fast. But Brandon Hagan, your race leader, he's opened up quite a distance between him and the second place car of Wyatt Mullen. Smooth into the bottom is Brandon Hagan, the number 12 car. He'll be around to collect heat race number 2 for the Sportsman here at the Mohawk International Raceway. Followed up by Wyatt Mullen, Louis Jackson, the 23 car, and Jessica Power. And for whatever reason, the 1X of Nolan Swamp seemed not scoring on the score sheet here, so we'll have to wait and see. Maybe the transponder not working just quite yet, but another heat race for the Sportsman coming out here, Tim, and quite an impressive field of Sportsman cars we have here tonight.
So we set to go. Heat number 3 for the Sportsmen's. Leading the field down to the green will be the number 3. Once again, we will get the driver name on that for you very, very shortly. The 30 of Brent Kelsey, former Rookie of the Year here. Inside of row number 2 will be the 11X of Brian Kopp, the 8A of Dana Akins, the 74 of Neil Provost, and the number 10 of Josh Van Brocklin. And rounding out your field will be the number 29 machine. Down the back straightaway they go, Brian, and Brent Kelsey still holding down the lead. Here comes Dana Akins with a charge into third now. Off of corner number 4, Brent Kelsey, your leader.
Dana Akins, a longtime campaigner in the street stock division. Brent Kelsey, your early race leader. Followed up by the 3 car, Dana Akins, along with the number 19 machine of Josh Van Brocklin. Kelsey slowing a bit, going into turns number 2. Followed up by Brian Camp and the 74 of Neil Pecor, I do believe. Neil Provost, thank you very much. As now we get a car slowing on the backstretch. Sorry about that, Tim. The number 29 machine hugging the inside groove, but the number 3 machine setting the pace for the field.
Down into turns 3 and 4. Here comes Josh Van Brocklin down to the inside. As the number 3 sails away with the lead up, and Van Brocklin is right there with him. Down the back straightaway they go. Brian Kopp, Neil Provost. As we recall, last year Neil had a couple of good runs, almost picked up a feature win. Lost the lead with 2 laps to go, and lost it to Dylan Evoy, but he's back there in fine form running in front. The halfway sign is out.
The number 3, your race leader, he continues, but here comes Josh Van Brocklin on the inside. He's turned a few left. He got the door wide open, heading down to the back stretch. He'll take the early race lead. And the turns number 3 and 4. Now he's trying to open up a little bit of distance between himself. Rounded out by the number 3 car, Brian Camp, the 74 of Neil Provost, who had a very strong run here last year, looking for his first win of the season. Followed up by Dana Akins, who slowed a little bit going into turns number 3.
Yeah, not sure what happened to Dana. He's been slowing down for several laps now, and he may come to a stop up here off of corner number 4, but Austin keeps the green flag out, and Dana not going to be able to get it going again. We'll bring caution back out here.
Well, veteran move there by Dana Akins. Take it pit side. Don't want to do any more damage. Could be a motor issue. Could be anything else. Could be electrical. Shut her down. Take it back pit side. Hopefully make your way back out for the feature event. Glad you're along with us. I'm Brian Page alongside Tim Baltz here for the 2012 Mohawk International Racing Season. Beautiful Friday night here on May 11th. As Van Brocklin, your race leader, followed up by the 3 car, the 74 of Neil Provost and Brian Camp, and rounding out the field, the 29 machine. Still going to have, no, we're going to get the green flag on this one. Van Brocklin now powering his way with 2 laps to go. He is your race leader, followed by the 3 car, the 74 Neil Provost. Provost now looking to go to the high side. Had a little hiccup as he comes out of 2, but the 19 machine of Josh Van Brocklin continues to lead.
Down the front straightaway they go, and Van Brocklin has the lead. Having a pretty good run out there. Once again, we apologize for not getting the name game out there right quickly, but then again, this is opening night. We're still trying to get all the bugs worked out, and we'll be good to go for the rest of the year. Flag was timed by, and Josh Van Brockland also has not missed a beat here at MIR. He'll go to victory lane in heat number 3 for the Sportsman. Rosen will come home in second, followed by Neil Provost. Brian Kopp will come home in the number 4 spot. So,
well, that's going to set up a fantastic future event. Off the top of my head, Van Brockland, Rabbi. I don't know which feature I'm going to venture a guess is going to be the best one of the night. I think I'll just stay and watch them all.
All right.
Fox Hill Golf and Country Club at 216 Bailey Road in Messina offers an exciting golfing experience for any level of playing ability. Long, challenging par 5s on a spacious course, mixed with a thoughtful design, makes Fox Hill Golf and Country Club a premier North Country attraction. Inside the clubhouse, you can find balls, clubs, and a full range of accessories to enhance your game. Make Fox Hill Golf and Country Club your #1 golfing destination.
Thomas Cook will go to number 35, so making his first start of the season here. Into turns 3 and 4 to go. Thunder Anderson looked pretty impressive at the end of last year. See how he goes here in his debut in 2012. Green flag is in the air, and Thunder Anderson gets that early advantage. Jenna David settling behind him in the number 2 spot. Here comes Kyle Wilson, not afraid to go to the bottom side of the speedway. Gets alongside Jenna David trying to get the number 2 spot, and he does with ease as they come up off of corner number 4. It is Thunder Anderson leading the parade down in front.
Now the battle continues as clipping the wall on the inside there is Steve Billings, as he may have just kissed the concrete, so to speak, on the front stretch. Your race leader, it is Thunder Anderson, followed by Kyle Wilson, the 2 of Jenna David, the 2 Easy of the Brazier Falls, New York native Mike Urquhart, followed up here by the number 70 machine, the veteran campaigner Billy Cook. 2 laps in the book. Now the race is for the first place, and that is on the inside. Kyle Wilson battling with Thunder Anderson down the backstretch, side by side, door handle to door handle.
And Kyle Wilson has won many times in the Sportsman Division, never here at MIR. He is going at it with Thunder Anderson, and they about break the wheels down the front straightaway. Anderson keeps the lead. Kyle Wilson right there with him in second, tries to get alongside of him off the corner 2. Couldn't quite get the job done. Jenna David having a great run, holding down 3rd. That's Mike Arquette and Billy Cook rounding out your top 5. Could be a change for the lead here if they come up off the field.
Well, we mentioned racing families. Kyle Wilson comes from a pretty good stock, hearty stock of racing family. The son of Ricky Wilson, the Joyceville Jet. Thunder Anderson now leading on the backstretch. He'll take you into turns 3 and 4, followed by Kyle Wilson. The 2 of Jenna David, Mike Arquhart now going to the high side of the 2 Easy. Can he get by David for 3rd place? Not so on lap number 5.
5 laps are in the record books right now, and 3 more to go. As Kyle Wilson still doing everything he can to get by Thunder Anderson for the lead. He's done everything but run through him to get by. He's trying the outside. He's trying the inside. Nothing doing up off of corner number 4. 2 laps to go.
Kyle Wilson now going to wait for that door to open by Thunder Anderson. Is the door open? Yes, it is. Here comes Kyle Wilson on the inside. Lap 2. There once again, rub rail, going to the inside. Kyle Wilson, your race leader. Thunder Anderson now fighting back for that first position. Can't quite get there. Kyle Wilson will lead with 1 lap to go.
I tell you what, he had to use a little monkey to get by Thunder Anderson for the lead, but he got the job done, and that's all that matters. Down the back straightaway for the final time into corners 3 and 4. Kyle Wilson with a strong run at Syracuse last season to finish the year off. Will grab the win in heat number 4 for the Sportsman. Thunder Anderson will come on in second. Jenna David 3rd, followed by Mike Arquette and Billy Cook, your top 5. Steve Billings in the B3, and Thomas Cook in the number 35. So Kyle Wilson doing what he does best, getting to the front of the field. I'll tell you what, his dad would have been proud of that move. Getting by Thunder Anderson, used a little bit of the side rail to get by, but sometimes it's what you got to do to win races.
Well, Kyle Wilson very opportunistic there on that one as he picked to the inside, got by Thunder Anderson, and collects the last heat race of the evening for the Dirt Car Sportsman. Out now, the prettiest cars, I think, sometimes, Tim, on the track, the Pro Stocks, the Dirt Car Pro Stocks. What a fantastic field of cars we got of them tonight here for you, folks.
Absolutely, and Rocco will go away from the pole on the inside of row number 1. Outside will be the 69W of Owen Wright. your defending CKON 97.3 FM Bandit champion. The 88 of Alan Peters on the inside of row number 2, along with the 14 of Chris Tremblay. The 69 of Jody Swamp, along with the 6 of Stefan Lebrun. Along with the number 7 of Ryan Stabler inside of row number 4. And Dan Denway, only 64, coach for Carl Dan. He won the most Bandit features last season, and they all came within about a month and a half span, too. So Dan, no stranger to victory lane, but he's a stranger to pro stocks here at MIR. But he'll look to get the job done. He'll fire from shotgun on this field. Into turns 3 and 4 they go. It's Oban and Ray leading to the green, Brian.
Oban now, he'll fire his car off. He'll get the early race lead, followed by Louis Peters. Peters now settles into second. Jody Swamp into third. Followed up there by the number 14 machine of Chris Tremblay, now coming to the inside. Hard charging on that one will be the number 6 machine of Stefan Lebrun out of Gatineau, Quebec. Stefan Lebrun decided to join us a couple years ago, and he has fared very well so far, returning track champion from last season, or prior 2010. Rocco Band now continues to lead the field, followed by Jody Swamp. Alongside of him, correction, that is Louis Peters and Jody Swamp going into turns number 3.
As Oban goes into turns 1 and 2 with the lead here. He's got about 4 car lengths now. Alan Peters holding down that number 2 spot. And Jody Swamp, brand new looking machine for him out there in the 69, riding in the 3rd spot. Then it's all right, doing an impressive job out there. The rookie of the race for 2011 at Syracuse last year. And holding down 4th right now with former track champion here, Stefan Lebrun, rounding out your top 5.
And I did have some assurance that next week Owen White will have his own number. He'll go back to the ON for the temporary time being. He's going to race the 69W. But your race leader, Rock Oban, very strong campaigner from the other side of the river, followed up by Alan Peters. Jody Swamp now going to the inside for 3rd place is Stefan Lebrun. Owen White, very good account of himself here as he goes to the high side coming out of turn number 2. Can't quite hold it. That'll open the door for the number 7 of Ryan Stabler. They'll round out your top 5. Tim, we've got 2 laps to go.
2 more remain, and Rock Oban looking to put it away here. But Alan Peters might have something to say about this. And Oban loses it off the corner number 2. Not sure if the tire load looks like it might have, as he is having all sorts of handling issues on the backstretch. And the caution flag will fly here. No, it won't. We're going to stay green. 2 laps to go this time around, and Rock Oban got pits on what a turn of events. It's all Alan Peters out in front.
Mr. Opportunity, Alan Peters was gaining on him before that flat of Rock Oban. Alan Peters, now the longtime campaigner, going to take it to the high side. He'll come around and lead 1 more lap to go. Followed up here by the 69 machine, and Stabler going for a spin through the pond.
And another guy going to handle down the front straight away, and Stabler didn't hit anything down there, so he's all good to go, but he's far enough away that he's out of trouble. Checkered flag is out, and Alan Peters setting sail, rip-riding around the speedway, collects the first pro stock heat win of 2012. Stefan Lebrun, Jody Swamp, Owen White, and Chris Tremblay, your top 5. Dan Denway will come home in spot number 6. So the attrition rate started to pick up here in the last couple of heat races, at least towards the end of these things. So this is what always happens during opening night. A loose wheel, a cut tire, little small things like that can make your day go sour in a hurry.
Supporting a green agenda, Wiley Trash Removal has been serving the community for over 40 years. Wiley Trash Removal also recycles cardboard and paper. Call 315-764-0038.
Heat number 2 for the Pro Stocks on the Speedway. Another impressive field as well. The 92 of Joey Lasser will roll away from the pole. Outside will be Mark Lalonde in the number 8. Mike White returning to the Pro Stocks after a stint in the Sportsman division as well. Also out there. Of There's a couple of drivers we may not have names for right yet. We'll catch them as they come by.
Well, Tim, I think the 7 car has the 17 on the side. That is Eugene Tarbell. I do believe I work with his aunt, Debbie Solomon, who I'm trying very hard to get Debbie Solomon to come to the races. So if you see Debbie Solomon this week, harass her and tell her that Brian Page said she needs to get to the racetrack and come support her nephew. So I do believe that is Eugene Tarbell, the 7X, Claudia Tarbell, and the 73 of PJ Peters. Dion Oaks, a very sharp-looking machine once again this season, Tim Baltz. As now they're going to give him a couple courtesy laps, get a little bit of that moisture off the racetrack, as Ryan Stabler went hydroplaning into the front stretch here. As coming up next, we will have actually I think that'll do it for this evening's heat races, as the Mod Lights actually will be coming up. Thank you very much to Mr. Tim Baltz. I looked at the schedule, didn't look right to me, but what do I know? So it'll be Lattiser along with Mark Lalone. Lalone on the outside. Here comes Joey Lattiser. Put the power to the clay. He'll come around to get the green flag to kick off this pro stock event. For heat race here this evening. Lattiser now to the bottom. Here comes Lalone. He's down a little power coming out of turn 2. Followed up on the backstretch. As going to the high side is the 17X car. As now Joey Lattiser continues to lead. He'll take home lap number 1.
Field working down into turns 1 and 2, and Joey Lattiser, the defending Bailey Motor Company Pro Stock Series champion here at MIR. He is also a former Pro Stock champion here at the Speedway as well, working down into turns 3 and 4 with the lead. Over 100 career wins in the Pro Stocks for Joey Lattiser in his great career.
Joey Lattiser, no stranger to victory lane. He's looking to come back to victory lane tonight at the Mohawk International Raceway on the opening night of 2012. Joey Lattiser on the backstretch now. He'll take into turns number 3 and 4, followed up here by Lalone. Lalone looking to gain a little clay, gain a little real estate, coming out of 4, not going to be able to do so. Lattiser will lead lap number 3. Followed up here by Mark Lalone, the 73 of PJ Peters, the 1 of Mike White, and the 47 machine of Dave the Bulldog Bisonet.
So Lattiser going with it up fast, leading lap after lap here at the halfway point. Mark Lalone trying to chase him down in that second spot. PJ Peters still sitting back there in the 3rd spot. Then it's Mike White up to 4th. The 17 of Dave Seguin holding down 5th is Dion Oaks, the veteran, trying to get by him for that spot. As they go down the back straightaway, 2 laps to go this time by Joey Lattiser, putting on a clinic here in the late going of this one. 4 car lengths the distance off of corner number 4.
So Joey Lattiser from the Lattiser clan from Alexandria, Ontario, continues to lead with 2 laps to go. Lattiser all by himself on the backstretch, followed up there by the number 8 of Mark Lalone, the 73 of PJ Peters, the 1. The 1 of Ricky Thompson. Correction on that. Yes, that's Ricky Thompson in the 1X. And followed up now, 1 lap to go. Joey Lattiser all by himself on the backstretch here on opening night. And looks like 2 more turns of the steering wheel, and Mr. Lattiser will collect this heat race victory.
Checkered flag is out, and Joey Lattiser will grab the win. 2nd spot will go to Mark Lalone. 3rd to PJ Peters. Mike White will come home in spot number 4, and Dion Oaks will cross in 5th in the 48. The 17 of Dave Seguin a little bit high up there. He'll finish in 6th. Ricky Thompson, that is Justin White out there in the 7X, and Ricky Thompson worked out there, but he failed to finish this one. So Pro Stock heats are all clear, and now we move into the Mod Light division, getting set to go green here. 6 laps will be the scheduled distance for the Mod Lights this evening. Off of corner number 4, of course, leading the field will be the number 11, Brian Green, and his teammate Matt Newton do have the same paint scheme out there, just the different names underneath the 11. Silver in the front rows, back there in the 2nd spot, the 21, I believe that is Scott Muir. Bailey McDonald, the daughter of Brian Slim McDonald, in the 151 out there, riding in spot number 4. Aboard the 03 rounds out your field, and Brian Green charges down the back straight with the lead.
Brian Green has some fantastic finishes here last year, but Sylvain Laframboise was always up to the task as he's in the number 2 position here, followed up by Scott Meir, Bailey McDonald, and rounding out the field, the 03 of Dan Reef. As 5 laps is the distance, Mr. Tim Balf. 6 laps is the distance. Brian Green continues to lead. Opened up a pretty impressive run here, and I think it's one of those, if you miss the gears, you might be in for a long, neat race.
It could be, as halfway side comes out for Brian Green as he leads him down into turns 1 and 2. LaFramboise back there in the runner-up spot. And it is the 21 of Scott Meir. If you recall, Scott Meir was a contender for a bandit track title here just a couple of years back. Jumped into this Mod Light division, has done a super job all season last year, and looking pretty stout here in the late going of this one. 2 more laps to go.
2 laps to go is the distance now as Brian Green is your leader. He's all alone by himself on the backstretch. 2 laps to go. He'll come around to collect the white hanky. Followed up here by Sylvain Laframboise, Scott Meir, Bailey McDonald, and the 03 of Dan Reef. Brian Green in a class by himself here this evening.
Literally class by himself, but he is open up, run over a straightaway back to Laframboise, who holds down that 2nd spot. No real challenge for 2nd either as they go into turns 1 and 2 down the backstretch, but off of corner number 4 this time by, it will be the 11 of Brian Green. Left foot wheel in the air, he grabs the checkered flag, picking up the win. 2nd spot will go to Laframboise. 3rd will be the 21 of Scott Meir. Battle going on for 4th and 5th is Bailey McDonald. You know how much of a hard charger her dad is. She's just as hard charger as anybody out there. And McDonald will cross in spot number 4. Dan Reef will collect 5th.
So it will be Matt Newton along with Scott Wildriff. And rounding out the field is the number 88, Matthew Robinson. Robinson now in the 3rd spot, as it will be Newton along with Wildriff. Newton now is going to put some power to the clay. He'll go to the outside. Robinson going to go to the inside. 3 wide racing already as they go into turns 1 and 2. 6 laps the distance. Now Wildriff takes over the early race lead. He bobbles a bit going into turn 2. That opens the door for Matthew Robinson. Robinson, known last year as he opened up the lead and he would race away and hide Mr. Tim Baltz.
Absolutely. Feature wins on his way to the inaugural track championship. Matt Newton kind of came on strong towards the end of the year, sweeping the end of the season races in September here, and he rides in that 3rd spot. Scotty Wildriff doing all he can to hold down 2nd, and he's got a good enough car to go up to the lead here. As we get the car straight coming off the corner, he may have a run at Robinson down the front stretch. No such luck that time.
Well, Robinson doing what he did last year. Here, he'll run away and hide. We've got 4 laps to go. Robinson, your race leader, followed up here by Matt Newton, and along with the 60 machine of Wildriff. Robinson will take it into turns 3 and 4. He'll hug the bottom side along with Matt Newton. Matt Newton bobbles a little bit. Little hop, skip, and a jump coming out of turn 4. Robinson, your race leader.
3 laps in, 3 more to go. Robinson shows you why he was the inaugural track champion here in the Mod Light division, as Matt Newton strong in that 2nd spot though, and Newton looking to close the gap, and he does just a little bit through corners 3 and 4. Once again, Matt Newton is on a little bit of a winning streak here down with the Mod Lights, as he is your most recent winner the last 2 times out.
So we've got 2 more laps to go the distance for the race leader, Matthew Robinson. Robinson on the backstretch. He'll take it in turn number 3. Go to the bottom side, followed by Newton, and along with Wildriff. Wildriff, they're going to drift a little high now as he's starting to lose a little bit of the draft here for the Mod Lights.
White flag is in the air, and Robinson doing what he does best. Running away and hiding from the rest of the field as Matt Newton charges in that 2nd spot. No such luck of running him down though. Checkered flag will fly, and Matthew Robinson is going to go to victory lane. Matt Newton will come home in 2nd. Scotty Wildriff will cross in 3rd, and that will do it for Mod Light heat number 2.
These vehicles look brand new right off the showroom floor, but they're not. They've been detailed by Final Touch Detailing. If you can drive it, Final Touch can detail it. Trucks, boats, cars, and bikes. Well, Final Touch Detailing can take care of you. Their services include wash, including undercarriage and engine compartment, vacuum shampoo and steam clean, Scotch Guard treatment for fabric, leather treatment, wax and buffing, and much more. Get that car show quality detailing today with Final Touch Detailing. Call 842-9810. That's 842-9810. Or email odie7342@yahoo.com.
We are under construction.
And it's business as usual, Jamie.
We're building great deals right here at Frenchie Chevrolet. How about this new 2012 Chevy Cruze LS that features a CD, MP3, 5-year 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, gets an estimated 36 miles per gallon highway, and much more. Right now, lease this one for 39 easy payments of just $257 a month. That's less than $9 a day. Chevy runs deep at Frenchie Chevrolet.
255 East 7th Street, Messina, New York.
Or FrenchieChevy.com.
Fourth and fifth with Brown and James Hood for cover underneath the grandstand area. It's Chris Robbie, your early leader. And Kerry Torrance has a right front wheel breaking off. He slides into the front stretch concrete, and he'll slow over into turns 1 and 2. Tough break for Kerry Torrance. Not sure what happened there, if it went loose by itself and busted off, or potentially traffic was the issue there. So tough break for the 66X machine of Kerry Torrance.
Mohawk International Raceway pace truck peels off the speedway in turn number 3, and Chris Robbie will lead him back to the green. He's been strong from that bottom side of the speedway. Danny O'Brien lines up to the top side in row number 1. Roy Tarbell, Dale Plank, and Laura Lannister complete your top 5. Great right back in there. Lannister hitches a tire down there in the front stretch, but he keeps it going. And Robbie jumped back out to that early lead. Here comes the back and rocket down on the inside. Danny O'Brien to the lead in turn number 2. Robbie fights back on the top side, but Danny O'Brien collecting the lead here as Tarbell and Plank get into one another off of corner number 4.
Plank and Tarbell collecting each other into turns number 4. But Danny the Pocket Rocket O'Brien yellow on the field. We got a car up into the wall. Harvey Arquette is got a broken left front. That'll bring the field to a screeching halt here. Great move by Danny O'Brien coming out of 2 to take over the lead, but he has certainly some stiff competition right behind him. Chris Rabbie and Harvey Arquette's going to come to a stop. That'll bring out the Mohawk International Raceway tow trucks to get him off the racetrack and get him pit side. Hopefully he can make some quick repairs and rejoin the field. Hammer down or a yellow flag, courtesy of a Tom Jock coming to a stop on the backstretch. So now, Danny O'Brien, he chooses the inside lane. He's got the 77X of the natural Dale Plank. You couldn't ask for 2 better veteran campaigners up front here tonight. Folks, you're in for a treat. We've got 32 more laps to go in this 40-lap feature event. $2,000 to the winner. $2,000, not a bad way to kick off the season in the 358s, Tim.
Not a bad way to kick it off at all, as the Mohawk International Raceway pace truck pulls off the speedway here on Opportunity Mohawk Casino night here at MIR. Glad they could be on hand with us. They'll be back with us many nights here throughout 2011. We're back under green. And O'Brien picking up where he left off in the top spot. Here comes the natural to the top side of the speedway. He is on a mission tonight. O'Brien fighting back on the bottom side of the speedway. Off the corner number 4, O'Brien and Plank side by side for the lead in lap 9.
Dale Plank finding a little something extra up top. Danny O'Brien, he's going to change his lanes. He'll go to the top side on the backstretch. Plank your leader. Danny O'Brien follows in second. Chris Rabbie now making the move on the inside is the 007 of Roy Tarbell. 49, Billy Dunn. He was at the Lane of Legends on Saturday night. He's got a little something for up front.
Off the corner number 2. Here comes O'Brien back for the lead in turn number 3. These two are going at it side by side up off the corner number 4. Plank still holds the top spot. O'Brien right there with him though. Battle for third shaping up with Rabbie, Moran, and now Billy Dunn getting into the mix as well. Caution flag on the speedway. And we have got David Papino, Tommy Jock, and Perry Francis tangled up big time here in corner number 4. And Papino Francis front ends here on just coming off of corner number 4. And we're going to go to a red flag here because the ambulance has been brought to the speedway, and we'll be going under red very shortly here, hopefully, and just want to make sure everybody's okay down there. And of course, with David Papineau perched up on top of those two cars, definitely precarious situation over there for all three drivers. Set to go back on the green. Mohawk International Raceway pace truck peels off the speedway on the backstretch. Danny O'Brien and Darrell Blank will occupy that front row. Chris Robbie and the 16 of Gage Boran, who's been very fast out there so far here in the early going. Billy Dunn rounding out your top 5. Kyle Jacobs heads pit side with a 37. Back with the green right away. Green flag in the air. And I'll tell you what, Darrell Blank firing from that top side. He pitches up. Here comes O'Brien to the lead. Once again off the 2. Gage Boran is up to 3rd now. Battling back to the top 5 is Roy Tarbell, Chris Robbie, and Billy Dunn running in the number 6 spot.
Gage Moran looking to make it a 3-way race for the lead, and he's doing just that. Gage Moran, he finds a little bit of bite on the top side coming out of 2. Danny O'Brien, he has regained the lead from Dale Plank. Dale Plank bobbled 2 laps ago into lap 2. Now Plank gets a little sideways, opens the outside for Gage Moran, who can't quite close the gap.
And now Danny O'Brien working an outside groove to his advantage, pulling away from Dale Plank, who's got his hands full with the young hot shoe. Gage Moran is not afraid to go on the top side, redlining his way around the speedway, trying to get by Plank for the runner-up spot. Rick Robbie holding down 4th, then it's Billy Dunn and Roy Tarbell, and each other for 5th and 6th right now. Danny O'Brien is 7th, followed by Laurent Lannister, Matt Billings, and Luke Whitaker completing your top 10, but Danny O'Brien put on a clank here in the early going.
Danny O'Brien, the beneficiary of the battle between Plank and Gage Moran. Gage Moran trying the top shelf where Mama keeps the peanut butter. He can't close the gap now on Dale Plank. Dale Plank settles into 2nd. Danny O'Brien, he's setting the cruise control as he looks behind him. Moran and Plank continue to battle for the number 2 spot.
And I tell you what, Danny O'Brien has opened up about a quarter straightaway lead here on Dale Plank, who sits back in the 2nd spot. Gage Moran had a good strong run at him, but couldn't quite get by, and Plank pulls away. Wonder if maybe he chose a hard tire and is now starting to pull away from Moran down the front stretch. Meanwhile, Billy Dunn gets by Roy Tarbell to pick off the 4th spot at lane 17.
Billy Dunn, like we mentioned, runs at the Canandaigua Motorsports Park, the land of legends. So he knows what he's doing here, but Danny O'Brien continues to lead. Dale Plank, pedaling as fast as his little legs will go, can't quite catch Danny O'Brien. We're almost at the halfway point of this 40-lap event.
And I'll tell you what, big battle going on for the number 3 spot as Gage Moran has the 3rd spot right there in turn 3, but Billy Dunn makes a hard chop down on the inside, pushes up the track a little bit, gets off the gas and allows Moran to get on by. Roy Tarbell completes the top 5. Cap right side will be coming out this time by, and Danny O'Brien is on roll cruise control out there in the 17. He leads the way.
We are at the halfway point. Lap traffic will soon be an issue for Danny O'Brien. Dale Plank around to collect the halfway point. Billy Dunn does get by the 16 of Gage Moran. Billy Dunn now the 49 machine. He'll set his sights on Dale Plank as they both head down the backstretch.
And I'll tell you what, off the corner number 4, O'Brien setting sail down the front straightaway. Huge lead on Dale Plank, who holds down 2nd. Billy Dunn having a great run up there in spot number 3. The 16 of Moran right there in position number 4, and Roy Tarbell all by himself into 5th. Matt Billings is giving Chris Robbie a run for his money. He rides in 6th and 7th right now. 8th is O'Brien, 9th to Luke Whitaker. Tom Conklin is now cracked into the top 10. He's alongside Laurel Lannister in turn number 4.
Well, this track may start to slick up just a little bit. Danny O'Brien did get by the 57C of Kevin Federley, who give him lots of room to get by. Federley takes it pit side. 22 laps to go. Now, Danny O'Brien, he'll look to work his way further into lap traffic, sets his sights on the 44 of Casey Swamp as they both come out of turn 2.
And he is into lap traffic heavily right now. He goes to the outside of Casey Swamp as they motor off the corner number 4. This time, Billy Dunn looking to put the slide job on Dale Plank, and he will do so. Down the front straightaway for the runner-up spot, but Plank crosses over, tries to get back by. No such luck that time as they head down the back straightaway. Plank tries to get the wheel alongside, squeezes up behind Billy Dunn as they work up off of corner number 4 this time around. 25 laps are in
Plank on turn number 1. Now he's in the 2 on the backstretch. He's looking to reel in our race leader, the Pocket Rocket, Danny O'Brien. Danny O'Brien's got 15 left for $2,000. Danny O'Brien now will set his sights on the 24 machine of Brandon Sweet. Boy, there's a lot of fight for Danny O'Brien coming out of the corners here this evening.
And I'll tell you what, Billy Dunn is not that far behind him either. As he go into turns 3 and 4, O'Brien had quite the lead going out there, but Billy Dunn is on a mission. He was in third there, but a lot of time could not find a way around Dale Plank and just dive-bombed him going into turn number 4 and slid up in front and has now got one of the fastest cars on the racetrack. As they go into turns 3 and 4, O'Brien has the lead, but that gap is narrowing coming off the car.
StarTech, located at 260 East Orvis Street, Messina, New York, serving the community for 26 years. StarTech, an official Sprint dealer, carries computers and accessories, software and devices you need to enhance your computing experience. Our trained technicians can repair or custom build your system. StarTech also carries a variety of musical instruments as well as school band instruments. That's StarTech for all your technical needs.
Hey kids, do you know where Cubby and T-Bear live?
Bear's Den!
If you said Bear's Den, you're right. Bear's Den is the home of Cubby's Birthday Club, a special club for just kids. Bear's Den has a Cubby's menu just for you with yummy meals and awesome desserts. And for your birthday, you get a special treat from Cubby. Joining Cubby's Club, you'll get invited to Cubby's parades, events, and contests all over town. Cubby's Birthday Club at Bear's Den Restaurant in Hogansburg, New York, the home of Cubby and T-Bear.
I would like to take a look at the lap times because I would dare say that Billy Dunn is setting a very pace here this evening for lap times. He gets by Brandon Sweet now. He's trying to reel in our race leader, Danny O'Brien. O'Brien starting to work his way to the middle of the track, but here comes Billy Dunn. And Billy Dunn, Tim, has certainly closed the gap from 2 laps ago.
And next up to go out down will be Kerry Durant to the 66X machine. Brian McDonald and Shane Pecor next in front of him. But Billy Dunn closed in big time there coming into turn number 4. And O'Brien's lead is shrinking out there. Here comes Billy Dunn in a bid for the lead. 3 car lengths of distance between the top 2 drivers. And we got a car stop to the inside of corner number 2. Not sure who it is over there. And we do see green here, Brian. And this could tighten up the lead as they go into turn 2.
Certainly will tighten up the lead now, but Billy Dunn, he's about 7 car lengths behind Danny O'Brien. Danny O'Brien's had his way. Here comes Billy Dunn to the inside. He had closed up that real estate ever so gently in the last 2 laps. He sets his sights on Danny O'Brien. Dunn to the high side, O'Brien to the bottom. Here comes Dunn now as Danny O'Brien will slide to the high side on the backstretch. They each work into a lot of traffic.
Slide down by Billy Dunn to take the lead in turn number 4. O'Brien had that race in the back pocket. Lap traffic is going to pull a difference here. O'Brien's car looks like the handling maybe going away as well. But it's Billy Dunn out of Watertown taking the lead going into turns 3 and 4. I'll tell you what, with under 5 laps to go, 6 remain left time by as Dunn leads the way.
Billy Dunn started deep in the field, worked his way up to the top, went to the bottom in turn number 3, and got by Danny O'Brien. Billy Dunn now making easy work of lap traffic. He'll stay to the bottom, slide up to the middle of the track, coming out of 4 with just 5 laps remaining. Billy Dunn out of Watertown, New York. What an impressive performance here this evening.
Down the back straightaway they go. Billy Dunn has about 4 car lengths on Danny O'Brien. Dale Plank back there at second spot. Matt Billings is now up into 4th. And the 16 of Gage Moore rounds out your top 5. And Dale Plank with a bobbing near the front stretch as he had slowed considerably going into turn number 3. Billings will get by for the number 3 spot. Gage Moore will go up to 4th. And Roy Tabo will now move into the top 5. Plank slowing to almost the stop over there in corner number 2. Caution flag has flown, and this will tighten up the battle for the lead.
Josh Van Brock. How about our top 4 cars tonight to start the Sportsman Feature event? And as I mentioned, halfway leader bonus coming up tonight. A nice crisp $100 to the halfway leader of this 20-lap event for the sportsmen. $100 will go to the halfway leader, Kurt from the Sports Page Pub in Teresa, which is right next to the Can-Am Speedway. Hey, Kurt, thanks for coming up here. We want to see you next week, and bring me some wings, will you?
Oh, yes, they do have delicious wings down there at the Sports Page. And, of course, the Mohawk International Raceway Pace Truck pulling off the Speedway. Brandon Hagen will lead him down to the green. Josh Van Bronson, Kai Wilson in that second row. Dan Gilbert. Now look out, Thunder Anderson in trouble. Neil Provost spins into the infield, and Thunder Anderson will keep it up against the fence here on the front straightaway. And I believe the caution flag will be displayed here.
Well, whatever problems that Todd Stone was experiencing, Neil Provost just...
Caution flag definitely will be out this time. And Thunder Anderson still limping around the speedway, but Dylan Sallows... Something definitely broke on that car as he went straight into that wall in turn number 4, and he climbs out. Obviously upset there as you see him.
But the big thing, he's okay walking away. How about a round of applause for Dylan Sallows? They walk away after that hard crash into the wall. Dylan, we'll see you back here next week. Very competitive racer. And unfortunate break for him tonight, but most important thing, the car can be repaired, and he walks away unharmed.
So, Evelyn leads the way off of corner number 4. Green flag is back out. Brandon Hagen on the top side gets a great restart. He'll go up into the lead. Don't forget about Kyle Wilson, Josh Van Brocklin as well. And Van Brocklin sails around Kyle Wilson to take away the number 3 spot. He is on the charge after Evelyn Hagen. As Thunder Anderson pulls out onto the speedway right in front of the leaders. They all slow down. Brandon Hagen takes off. Nolan Swap gets by. And I'll tell you what, when Thunder Anderson comes back out onto the racetrack, it kind of made everybody question whether the green flag was out or not.
Well, there was some clinching of the steering wheel and the car seat there as they came down the front stretch.
Steve Billings in the B3, he spun out over there at turn 2 and just kind of dug in and easily took over. Red flag is on the speedway. And a tough break for Billings, him and Brian Kopp over there in turn number 2. And everybody will come to a complete stop.
So the halfway bonus will go to Brandon Hagen, correct, Tim?
Yeah, absolutely. $100 in the back pocket. And hopefully our main concern now is for Steve Billings, and hopefully he is okay over there. We're waiting for a word trackside on his condition. And I believe the driver spun over there. Not exactly sure who it is, but we'll find out here shortly.
Sometimes those light flips like that can lead to bigger problems, and we just hope Billings comes away injury-free.
Well, Steve Billings' car has been turned back over once again, and I believe we'll see Steve walking around over there. Once again, we haven't gotten word trackside as his condition yet, but...
There's always something going on at St. Lawrence Center. What brings you to St. Lawrence Center? I love all the products and entertainment too. What brings you to St. Lawrence Center? Their prices are affordable. It's my favorite place to go to have fun. There's always something going on at St. Lawrence Center.
Twin Leaf Fresh Express is the smart choice for feel-good, fresh food that's ready when you are. The first convenient stop in Hogansburg when driving from Messina. A food court with free Wi-Fi and plenty of room to lounge with family and friends or eat on the run. Menu items with only the freshest ingredients. Wings, pizza, salads, and sandwiches with lunch specials posted daily on Facebook. And don't forget dessert. Over 20 flavors of ice cream, shakes, slushies, and frozen yogurt. Twin Leaf Fresh Express, the smart choice for feel-good, fresh food that's ready when you are.
Back in victory lane again. What do you say, really? Green flag back out in this one, and Brandon Hagen down the front straightaway has the lead, and Dylan Evo, Josh Van Brocklin are going to have something to say about it. Here comes Dan Gilbert on the top side into number 1. And I'll tell you what, a little bit of a buff starting to develop in turn number 2 there. there. You see a lot of the drivers having to go either inside or outside of it, but off of corner 4, it's Brandon Hagan still your leader.
So Evoy will be in second now. He'll go to the bottom trying to find some groove here, some real estate to run down the number 12 of Brandon Hagan. Brandon Hagan, a man on a mission this year. He's got one win under his belt in the early season of 2012. He's got Van Brocklen now in Evoy along with Dan Jalbert running down the field, and rounding out, Kyle Wilson is also getting into the mix. Now here comes Van Brocklen on the inside of Evoy, looking for that second place spot. Now he sets his sights on the number 12 of Brandon Hagan, and here he comes, Brandon. Look in your rearview mirror, it's Mr. Van Brocklen.
And I'll tell you what, those top 3 drivers right there know each other very, very well. Race weekly at many of the local tracks around the area, and Brandon Hagan, Josh Van Brocklen are going to go out for the number 1 spot here as they come up off of corner number 4 this time. It's Hagan, Van Brocklen, Evoy, Dan Jalbert, and Kyle Wilson now cracked into the top 5 at lap 14.
So Brandon Hagan on the back stretch. He's got the ever-charging Josh Van Brocklen. Van Brocklen sets his sights on the bottom. He makes a move coming out of 4. It is neck and neck. Hagan, Van Brocklen. It is Hagan at the line with 5 laps to go. They'll take you into turns 1 and 2. Once again, Van Brocklen, the hop, scoop, and the jump, can't quite make the pass as they head down the backstretch.
And I'll tell you what, that battle for the lead is starting to heat up big time here as they go into turns 3 and 4. Van Brocklen right there on the bottom, and Hagan right there with him as well. Dylan Evoy settling back into 3rd, may not have the car to get by. As they head through turns 3 and 4 this time, Van Brocklen is right there with him, coming up off of corner number 4 this time by. And now 3 laps to go. 3 more remain, and Brandon Hagan looking to take it home here. Of course, Brandon Hagan won 2 races up here with us last season, but towards the end of the year had a violent crash here on the front straightaway, which put him out of action for quite a number of weeks. As they come up off of corner number 4, Thomas Cook right in front of the leaders as Tammy Jalbert stopped here in the infield just coming off of corner number 4, but we stay green. 2 more laps to go, and Brandon Hagan looking to get his 3rd career Mohawk International Raceway feature win. They get to the outside of Jessica Power coming off of corner number 4. That gives Hagan a little bit of breathing room. White flag is in the air. Hagan looking to hold up that back and a little bit of flip ability to turn it around. 6 minutes starting to show on the back of the number 12 of Hagan. They go into turns 3 and 4. Can Hagan hold on? Van Brocklen closing quickly off of corner number 4. Brandon Hagan will do it. Checkered flag in the air, and Hagan gets the win. Van Brocklen in 2nd, Evoy to 3rd. Kyle Wilson, Dan Jalbert at the line. It's going to be Jalbert in the 4th. Kyle Wilson completes the top 5 and another exciting finish here in the sportsman division here at MIR as Van Brocklen pulls up alongside, congratulating Brandon Hagan on another feature win here at MIR. His 2nd overall in the year and his 1st of the season here at Mohawk. Of course, he picked up the win last week at Can-Am, and Brian Page has got him down there. He'll be down trackside to talk to our winner.
And we're waiting for Mr. Hagan to get out of the car. I've got $100 for him. You can give it to your father. You can buy some fuel and whatnot on the way home for you.
You got the checkered flag?
He's waiting for the checkered flag. He's getting out of the car. Almost ready to hear you. His 2nd win on the season. Won at Can-Am a couple of weeks ago. Here he is on the car. The number 12, Brandon Hagan. So come over here, Brandon. We'll do our trackside interview.
I lost my brakes.
You don't need brakes. You got a gas pedal. Listen, my friend, here's $100 from the Sports Page halfway leader. So congratulations. So thank you to our friends at the Sports Page. Now, Brandon, tell me, how'd you feel you got number 2 out of the way in the early season?
To get the first one last week was a big relief for us, and we haven't been back here since I took the fence down last year, so to bounce back this good and pick a win. I've never in 5 years raced a sportsman won in the season opener, so this is a good one to go down in the books. So like I said, I lost brakes there, and I saw Josh show me a nose down here, and I said, oh, I don't want to move off the top because the car was really fast, and we ended up getting the win. I can't thank Jeremy and my brother enough. I mean, that's all I got. And, my mom and dad and everybody that helps us, everybody that's here tonight. Richard helps us when he can, and just everybody that's helped us get this far, and hopefully it'll be a good season. I don't know if we're going to be here every week, but hopefully we'll see what happens.
Well, you're going to have to come back. You're first in points right now, Brandon.
Yeah, I know. That's all right.
Well, what's on the schedule for you tomorrow night? You're running Rockville, and what else is in store for Brandon Hagen this season?
Can-Am every Saturday night. Hopefully we got to figure out what's going on with the brakes, and I got to pour concrete in the morning with Zach Albertine, so. But I don't know where you are, Zach, but you should be down here. So
I wouldn't really expect much out of Zach if you're pouring concrete with him. He might be in trouble because I heard the Japanese have invented a shovel that can stand by itself. But that aside, Brandon, congratulations on win number 2 of the season, win number 1 here, and what else would you like to add tonight?
I don't know where Tim Baltz is hiding, but it's good to be. I wish I'd not complain about.
Oh, excuse me?
No. Since Tim announced a lot of my go-kart wins, and last year to come up here and win 2 nights in a row like that, and got to see him in victory lane, that was cool. So, and he got to announce me at the mile too. So Tim's always been a good friend of the family, and we'll be back, Tim.
Thank you, and apparently I'm chopped liver.
Thanks, Brian.
You're welcome. And tonight's 50-50 winner, $704.
How about name, Brandon, will you?
It's a pink ticket. 50-50. No, wait, that's what it is. It's a pink ticket. I'm sorry, I forgot. It is 30-00087. That's 0087. Report to the main office and collect your $704. Once again, congratulations, number 12, Brandon Hagen.
So how does good, better, best work?
At Rent-A-Center, it's simple. Look, a 42-inch LED for $24.99 a week. That's good. A 47-inch LED for $29.99 a week. That's better. A 60-inch plasma for $34.99 a week. That's best.
Oh, boy. 3 of you.
Yeah.
How is that possible?
Get to Rent-A's best sale and save on products in every category, priced to fit every budget. Only at Rent-A-Center.
Hey kids, do you know where Cubby and T-Bear live?
Bear's Den!
If you said Bear's Den, you're right. Bear's Den is the home of Cubby's Birthday Club, a special club for just kids. Bear's Den has a Cubby's menu just for you with yummy meals and awesome desserts. And for your birthday, you get a special treat from Cubby. Joining Cubby's Club, you'll get invited to Cubby's parades, events, and contests all over town. Cubby's Birthday Club at Bear's Den Restaurant in Hogansburg, New York, the home of Cubby and T-Bear.
He pulls out of victory lane, and we're going to get another driver entered into victory lane in 15 short laps here. Alan Peters and Joey Lasser will lead him to the green. They bunch up through turns 3 and 4. Stefan LeBrun, Mark Lalone, the 69 of Jody Swab. That's your top 5. We have underway. Green flag is out. 15 laps. Here's the entry for the post stops. And we're down to turns 1 and 2. Joey Lasser is on a mission. Corner number 4, number 2 rather, and down the back straightaway, already opening up about a 4-car length advantage on Alan Peters, who's got PJ Peters down on his inside, Stefan LeBrun and Mark Lalone, your early top 5.
So Lattiser setting the quick pace here this evening for the Post Stocks for their 20-lap event. 15-lap event. Lattiser now on the backstretch. He's got Jody Swamp behind him, along with PJ Peters, Alan Peters, and the 8 of Mark Lalone. Lattiser comes out of 4. He'll take the... Correction on that. He'll take 13 laps to go for the Pro Stocks. Lattiser in a field all by himself right now. On the backstretch, it's Jody Swamp along with the 73 of PJ Peters, Alan Peters, and Mark Lalone. Round out your top 5. All running the same high groove, Mr. Tim Baltz. I got a feeling that's where the most fight is right now.
So it's pretty much right now, as a lot of the drivers have documented in their post-race interviews that there's a couple of rough spots out there, and it's pretty much you got to dodge those rough spots in order to have success out there. And the best way to have success is just get out in front of clean air, and that's what Joey Lattiser is doing right now, leading this field with the corners 1 and 2. Alan Peters holding down that one rough spot. PJ Peters catches a little bit of a bumper turn number 2, but he straightens it up and closes in on Brother Allen down the back straightaway. And it's Stefan LeBrun, Mark Lalone, your top 5. It's Dion Oaks, Mike White, Jody Swamp, and then he scrambled back there with a 10th spot, which is being held
Certainly a very healthy field of pro stocks here this evening. Look in the back of the field. That's where the racing's going on. We got two cars getting together. Rock Oban along with Chris Tremblay. Chris Tremblay now will follow in behind Rock Oban. Joey Lattiser continues to lead. Getting off a torrid pace, he reaches over to the left side, hits the cruise control as he heads out of turn 2.
That's what we do. Is come to Mohawk International Raceway, and Joey Lattiser picked a great night to get that Friday night cruise going as he has got the top spot. He has had it since the drop of the green flag, and he's going to enter into lap traffic. Ricky Thompson moving very slow here on the front stretch. Caution flag does fly, though, with 7 laps complete. Racing may be into the sportsman thick of things for the win.
So as we refire, the resets the field. Joey Lattiser goes to the high side. On the inside now is P.J. Peters. P.J. Peters finds a little break coming out of 2. Mr. Joey Lattiser, you got some company. He is to the inside. Lattiser to the high side. P.J. Peters going to slow her down, come out of 4. Lattiser on the top. It is P.J. Peters neck and neck with Joey Lattiser.
Lap number 8 is up on the board. We're halfway through this one, and Joey Lattiser is experiencing something he hasn't experienced all race long, and that is pressure. And P.J. Peters is no stranger to victory lane at this racetrack. These two drivers, former Mohawk International Raceway Pro Stock Track champions, going at it here for the lead with 6 laps to go.
So now P.J. Peters, he's going to change lanes. He'll go to the high side. Could not make the low side work for him on that one. Lattiser up top. It is P.J. Peters, in second, followed by Dion Oakes, the 88 machine of Alan Peters, along with the 8 of Mark Lalone. We're at the halfway point. 20 laps is the event for the Dirt Car Pro Stocks. Lattiser now out of 2. He continues to lead, being run down by the 73 of P.J. Peters.
Lattiser still continues to hold the top spot as he's starting to break away from P.J. Peters. Good battle for third right now as Dion Oakes and Stefan LeBrun exchange a little pain. Alan Peters looks to get into this mix as well as he worked down the back straightaway. Mark Lalone is up to 6. Mike White having a fantastic run up into that 7th spot. Good to see Mike back into the pro stocks. He dabbled in the sportsman race last year, and now he's jumped back into this pro stock mix, and he looks pretty strong out there, running in 7th ahead of Rocco Bay.
Strong start to the year for Mike White, no doubt. Here comes Joey Lattiser, going to work his way into some lap traffic. He'll be able to get to the high side and get around the number 7 machine, followed by P.J. Peters. We've got 7 laps to go. Stefan LeBrun now is overtaking the number 3 spot away from Dion Oakes. Followed by Dion Oakes, it is the number 69 machine of Jody Swamp. That opens up the door for Mark Lalone. They're going to try to make it 3 wide going into 3. Can't do so. Lalone's going to back off and settle in behind Jody Swamp. And with 6 laps to go, Joey Lattiser continues to lead this event.
20 laps is the distance, and Dan Timley right in front of Owen White spins in turn number 4. And that will bring out the yellow flag one more time here with 6 laps left to go. Played by Austin Swamp. We're going to go back to the green here, and Joey Lattiser would like nothing better than to start the year off with a victory. And P.J. Peters back there in the runner-up spot is glad to see this caution come out, because on that last restart he got a great run alongside of Joey Lattiser. Stefan LeBrun holding down 3rd. It's Alan Peters into 4th. Dion Oakes completes your top 5. We're back to the green, and Lattiser picks up where he left off into that number 1 spot.
Now Stefan LeBrun rides in 3rd. He's on the outside. He's got Jody Swamp right behind him. Behind him, the 48 sharp-looking machine of Dion Oakes. We've got 4 laps to go. Lattiser looking to run away and hide now. So Lattiser will continue to lead now. He'll take it into turns number 3. Slows her down in between 4. Coming out of 4 now on the bottom is Lattiser, followed by Peters. Behind him, Stefan LeBrun, the 88 of Alan Peters and Dion Oakes. We've got 2 more laps to go, Mr. Tim Baltz. Joey Lattiser looking very strong. Joey Lattiser now on cruise control as he comes out of turn number 2. He'll head on down the backstretch. P.J. Peters in hot pursuit of him. Does he have enough time? I don't think so, as it'll be Lattiser. He comes out of turn 4 looking to take the checkers. Your 2012 opening night winner in the Pro Stocks, the 92 machine of Joey Lattiser.
Joey informing me down here in front, it's a little nippy out here right now, and he's got a couple of fingers that feel a little frostbitten out there. Of course, Joey started the season off at Can-Am with a feature win down there, and he backs it up with a win. How about a round of applause for his first win of the season for Joey Ladisser. And we'll jump down and get a quick word with him. I know it's a little bit chilly out there, Joey, but my good friend, see that fan. Oh my goodness, circulation out there. My good friend Patrick Mulligan and yours as well tells me this is 2 for 2. You're undefeated so far, man. Great job tonight.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, last year we started with a new car, so it took us a while to get warmed up. We just kept the same car. It's even got the body from Syracuse on it, so we actually didn't do much to it, and it's probably a good thing. It's going real good.
Absolutely. Now, of course, you're able to get out in front of PJ there, and it seemed like on the restarts you had a little quicker car than you did. Is it just the way the lines were running, or how was that working out there?
It took a couple laps for my tires to come in. It's so cold, I think. Maybe some guys had softer tires. I don't know. But I needed the whole track, so without taking it away from him completely, I go in high, come out low. If he was there, I couldn't take it right away, so I had to inch him on my way ahead. And once I got clear, then I had freestyle.
Of course. Now, you had a banner year last year. You won everything but that one race that's been eluding you this year. Is that the plan, to basically just run away and hide from everything and just focus totally on Syracuse?
Well, Syracuse is, what are you going to do? I mean, it's like anything else. It's just one race, but it's one big race, and hopefully financially this year we're a little less than we had previous years, so we're gonna see where we're at that point. We might just go at it and run for our points again, which is very prestigious too, and not take any chances. But if we got a good lead in the points, we're gonna push.
Yeah, with the hack line on. Of course, I know you got a ton of sponsors every year. I know you want to thank them as well.
Yeah, I've got my main sponsor, Company 2020. I've got Glengarry Truck Center. I've got Denny Rose Trucking. It's nice to have all these people on board, and I've got some of them that are here tonight, so it's nice to share with them.
Well, congratulations, Joey. Hopefully we'll see you down in front here, maybe next week, if not sometime the rest of the season. But thanks. Congratulations. How about a round of applause once again for Joey Ladisser?
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Tim Baltz. As Joey Ladisser enjoying victory tonight in the Pro Stocks at the Mohawk International Raceway as he picks up his first victory here in the 2012 campaign. Hope Joey will join us each and every week. As we're up next, the Mod Lights will conclude tonight's racing action. Glad you're along with us. Hope to see you fine folks back here next week. I promise you, warmer weather is coming.
Temperatures are rising and payments are dropping. The incentives to buy or lease a 2012 Ford are at their best. Right now you can buy this 12 Escape for just $300 a month.
That's less than $10 a day. By the way, doesn't the Ford Escape get 27 miles per gallon highway?
That's right, and between now and May 31st you can lease the Escape for only $224 a month.
You can't rent a car for less than $10 a day.
That's for sure, and please don't prejudge your credit. Ford is lending.
Make that test drive appointment today. 216 East Orvis Street, Messina, or visit FrenchiesFord.com.
Ford, drive one.
Twin Leaf Fresh Express is the smart choice for feel-good, fresh food that's ready when you are. The first convenient stop in Hogansburg when driving from Messina. A food court with free Wi-Fi and plenty of room to lounge with family and friends or eat on the run. Menu items with only the freshest ingredients. Wings, pizza, salads, and sandwiches with lunch specials posted daily on Facebook. And don't forget dessert. Over 20 flavors of ice cream, shakes, slushies, and frozen yogurt. Twin Leaf Fresh Express, the smart choice for feel-good, fresh food that's ready when you are.
9 cars up to the battle here, Brian. 15 laps to scheduled distance.
And very quickly for you folks, we will be scrapping the trackside interview portion of tonight for the rest of the events due to the cold weather, trying to get you fine folks that have elected to stay and get you home a little bit quicker. So it'll be Brian Green firing along with Matthew Robinson. Green takes the early lead. Robinson gets into the backside, lets off just a little bit, opens up the door for the 7 of Sylvan LaFlamboy. LaFlamboy to the bottom side now. Brian Green, he goes top shelf where Mama keeps the peanut butter on the backstretch, and LaFlamboy slips up just a little bit. It's 3-3 for the racing lead.
One of the best battles on the racetrack all night long, and Brian Green leads them down in front. LaFlamboy's doing a great job holding on to second as Robinson continues to hold down spot number 3. Matt Newton is fourth. They're going to go almost 3 wide, but Robinson thought better of it. Tucked in behind the 11M of Newton. Scotty Waldrop holding down 5th. As they work up off the corner, it's the Brian Green show out in front, and a healthy 5-car length lead.
Well, if Brian Green can take it to the high side and keep it there, he'll have some clear sailing. He's got a wide open track. Splitting the difference is Matt Newton. He's looking to run down his teammate on this one, Brian Green. Here comes Matt Newton. He found something on the high side that Brian Green also has right now. Coming on the inside is the 88 of Matthew Robinson, trying to find some bite there. And here comes Matthew Stone Jr. onto the outside of the 7 of Sylvain Laframboise. It is Newton and Green now. Green, your leader. Newton on the backstretch, looking to run him down. Tim Baltz as they head into turns 3 and 4.
And I tell you what, Matt Newton is definitely closing going into turns 3 and 4. Matthew Robinson down on the bottom side as well, not giving up. Brian Green, Matt Newton, your teammates out there 1 and 2. Robinson holding down third. That's Margaret, who gets into that bump over there in turn number 1, allows the Framboys to get alongside. Couldn't quite get the job done though. As Scott Mears looking at that battle for up 6, but up in front, 2 team cars going at it for the lead as they work down the front stretch.
So Brian Green, your race leader, he's got 10 more laps to go. Along with Brian Green leads Matt Newton in second. Newton now starting to dial him in a little bit on the backstretch. Green, though, puts the power to the clay as he takes him into turns 3 and 4. He bobbles a little bit, starts to pick up that left front tire, and at the ever hard-charging Matt Newton doing everything he can, Tim. I'm not sure if he's got enough to catch the leader.
I'll tell you what, he is right there nose to tail, but Matthew Robinson is not giving up. He is running the completely different side of the racetrack. He is way down on the inside. That could prove good for him. And Robinson with a big move from third to first in 1 corner. He's going to go up to the lead. Now Matt Newton gets by for second. And I'll tell you what, not sure what's going on with the 11 of Brian Green, but he got caught napping there in lap traffic, and that's all that Matthew Robinson needed. Your defending track champion is now in the lead with 8 laps up on the scoreboard this time by.
So Robinson blew their doors off going into turns 3, and now Newton's going to try to run down the leader. Here comes Brian Green once again. You wonder if maybe he was experiencing some problems and backed off a little bit as he got into lap traffic. Halfway point coming up now for the Mod Lights. Matthew Robinson, your race leader. He hugs the bottom coming out of 4. Here comes the hard-charging Matt Newton to the outside. He's on the top shelf as he tries to run down Matthew Robinson. Robinson, Tim, I think has found his racing groove.
I think so as well. And I'll tell you what, he is charging down the back straightaway. He's coming up onto the back bumper of the 151 of Bailey McDonald. McDonald sticking to the low line. Robinson gets out of shape. And McDonald wisely moving to the top side of the speedway. Matt Newton is right there with him though. In the corners 1 and 2 they go. And they'll stick to the bottom side of the speedway. I'll tell you what, not many cars on the racetrack, but they are strategically placed out there, it seems like, is whenever the leader's trying to get by, the lap traffic just gets in the way sometimes. But off of corner number 4 they go. Robinson continues to lead the way.
So Matthew Robinson, as you said, the race leader, he'll go by another lap traffic, and Bailey McDonald seems to clip the wall here. That'll bring out the yellow flag, reset the field. That gap has now closed for Matt Newton to finish here, I think, too. Brian, take it away. So Matthew Robinson gets off to the early lead. Now he has Matt Newton right behind him along with Brian Green. So Laframboise looking to join the field here as he's going to the bottom. That's where Matthew Robinson was able to find some bite. Robinson now sticks to the bottom going into 3. He'll come out of 4. He'll still be your race leader as he'll come around with the 2 to go sign for him.
2 more laps to go. Matthew Robinson was not run here since September the 1st, but like to put that one in his back pocket. Although Matt Newton is the winner of the last 2 features here in the mountain bike category. But love nothing better than to come up and steal the show from the defending track champion. White flag displayed this time by 1 more time around.
4 more turns of the wheel for Matthew Robinson, looking to continue his winning streak here at MIR. But here comes Matt Newton. He's the hard-charging Matt Newton on the backstretch. He's looking to wheel him in. He starts to do ever so gently. Matthew Robinson back on the pedal. But now Newton has caught the leader. Does he have enough time to get by him? Newton to the bottom. Robinson up the checkered line. It's Matthew Robinson. He'll make it 5 for 5 since last summer, Tim. Great racing there right at the end. Newton, maybe another lap.
I'd like to thank the good people from the Aquasassi Mohawk Casino for being on hand with us here tonight. And of course, we also like to extend a good thanks for Mayor James Heidi and Chief Ron LaFrance for being on hand with us, waving the green flag to start our 358  58 modified feature earlier this evening.
What brings you to St. Lawrence Center? I love all the products and entertainment too.
To my right, Tim Baltz,
Hi, I'm Mike Jones. We're here at StarTech, 260 East Orvis Street, Messina, right across from Frenchie's Chevrolet. We have computer, cellular, telephone, and music equipment. We service most makes and models of computers and printers. We've been serving upstate New York since 1983. We have 4 technicians available for fast, efficient, quality service. We have a complete in-house service facility, and we offer on-site service to most areas. Let's talk about one of the specials we've got going on.
That wasn't exactly right, but that's close. This is a Takamine S35 acoustic guitar. This is great for just jamming at home, or if you're going camping, throw the guitar around and sing a tune by the campfire. Again, in that Beatles tuning. This is going for $189. This is a Jasmine, which is made by a company called Takamine. Takamine Group make great guitars, and these Jasmines are no slouches as well.
StarTech, computer, cellular, and music equipment.
Hey kids, do you know where Cubby and T-Bear live? Bear's Den! If you said Bear's Den, you're right. Bear's Den is the home of Cubby's Birthday Club, a special club for just kids. Bear's Den has a Cubby's menu just for you with yummy meals and awesome desserts. And for your birthday, you get a special treat from Cubby. Joining Cubby's Club, you'll get invited to Cubby's parades, events, and contests all over town. Cubby's Birthday Club at Bear's Den Restaurant in Hogansburg, New York, the home of Cubby and T-Bear.
So it'll be Obat and Ernie Creed taking you to the green flag. 12 laps the distance for the Bandits. 4-cylinder banners now as they start to break away. It's Obat and Ernie Creed. Ernie Creed looking to get off to a good flying campaign again here this season at the Mohawk International Raceway. Obat on the bottom. It is Creed to the top side as they go down the back stretch. 12 laps the distance for them as Ernie Creed will take it into turns 3 and 4. Followed up by Oban along with the 28 of Corey Castell. The 79 of Derek Colbert rounding out the field, the number 12 of Randy Whiting.
As they go into turns 1 and 2, Ernie Creed, as I mentioned earlier, had a strong season here last year, missing the track championship by a single marker out there, but he did get the track title at Cornwall last season as well. Up in front, though, he leads the way by about 2 car lengths, and it's Matthew Obey along with the 28J. Mitchell riding back there in spot number 3.
So Creed looking to put it on cruise control here this evening. Looking to get that first victory under his belt in the 2012 campaign. Also running at the Cornwall Motor Speedway, I do believe, this season is now Darrell Mitchell running down the back bumper of Matthew Oban for that number 2 spot. But right behind him and closing in fast is the 79 of Derek Colbert rounding out the field. The number 17 car of Matt Ira. Ira, his debut, I would assume, Tim, as now slowing on that, coming out of 2. That opens up the door for Derek Colbert. Colbert bringing along the number 17 to Matt Ira. Ernie Creed on cruise control as they come out of turn 4. They've got 7 more laps to go for their feature event.
2 laps shy of halfway, and Ernie Creed, who won twice with us here last year to kick off the month of July, is trying to kick off the month of May with a big win here tonight as they go down into turns 3 and 4. Derek Colbert, who won a feature with us on June the 10th of last season, holds down second. Then it is the 17 of Iowa. Colbert down third. Darrell Mitchell and Matthew Obey in that order.
So Ernie Creed now going to work on the backside of Corey Castell. He'll go to the bottom coming out of 2. Creed now on the backstretch. He put a lap traffic between him and Derek Colbert. Colbert now has to work and worry about Corey Castell in front of him. He'll go to the high side. Will he go even higher, climb the ladder? No, Colbert going to take a peek down below, but can't get around Castell until he comes into turn number 1. Ernie Creed now able to break away as he comes out of turn 2, looking to head it down to the backstretch. 3 wide as splitting the difference on that one was Matt Ira. Ira giving Derek Colbert all he can handle as they head into turn 3 and 4.
That's up on the top side of the speedway. Derek Colbert and Matt Ira having about the best battle on the racetrack. You can see Darrell Mitchell back up there in front and running strong. I tell you what, Matt Ira got airborne right there, going through turn 1 strong in the top three. Now way back to fifth, losing ground to the leaders, but it's Ernie Cree with 5 to go.
5 to go, you were right, my friend. Daryl Mitchell trying to find some bite on the bottom. He's going to go back to the high side. Now Ira goes to the bottom, gets a little bit of airborne again, coming out of 2. Derek Colbert trying to run down Ernie Cree. He's running out of laps and real estate to do so. Cree has it on cruise control to the top side, but I'll tell you what, Tim Baltz, Daryl Mitchell hard charging coming out of 4.
And he is closing out Colbert for that number 2 spot. Mitchell swings it to the top side, now trying to dive on down to the inside off the corner number 2. And he is closed in. He is right there on the back bumper, trying to get by Colbert for the lead as they go into turns 3 and 4. Now Mitchell puts his foot down, tries to get by, puts the slide job on Colbert. He'll go to second.
Daryl Mitchell now sets his sights on our race leader, Ernie Cree, the 18 machine, the hard charging. Here comes Daryl Mitchell on the top side. He's closed the gap from about 5 car lengths to now 1. It is Mitchell on the backstretch, Ernie Cree to the top side. Mitchell says, I found something on the bottom, Mr. Cree. He slides up into him, coming out of 4. Your new race leader at the flagger stand is Daryl Mitchell.
Right track being displayed up one of the most exciting races of the night right here. As Daryl Mitchell looks to run away high from Ernie Cree. Ernie Cree, though, not about to back down. He closes in on Buckle, corner number 2. They took bumpers and going into turn number 3. Cree on the bottom, along with Daryl Mitchell. Mitchell slides up in front of Ernie Cree on the corner number 4. Daryl Mitchell will claim the win of an exciting finish in the Bandits. Wow. I'll tell you.
How about that?
5 races tonight, 5 exciting finishes. It just can't get any better than this. What a way to kick it off on Akwesasne. We have to see the right here on MIR.
And we get to do it all over again next week, Tim.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that will do it here from the Mohawk International Raceway. Of course, don't forget next week, Truck Stop number 9 will be on hand with us, presenting a full car of modified Sportsman's Pro Stocks, the Bandits, and of course the Mod Light Division. Race time is always 7:45 p.m. Congratulations to our feature winners tonight. On behalf of Brian Page, I'm Tim Baltz.